Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones is definitely over now. It's over. Good or bad, love it or hate it, it's over. But George R.R. Martin is having a little bit of fun trolling people over the Winds of Winter not having come out, right? Trolling people over where the fact that the series deviated from the books a couple seasons ago and left fans arguably upset. So he's come up with a bit of an ultimatum, and this is an actual article here saying that George R. R. Martin says that we can imprison him if he doesn't finish Winds of Winter by next summer. I mean, obviously, it's a bit more of a joke, but there's a little bit of history for that. So one of the reasons why he said this was because Air New Zealand put together a little promo here, right? This little promo here, it's about a minute and a half long, basically trying to entice George R. R. Martin to leave his Arizona home and travel to New Zealand for the quiet, the comfort, the space, and the motivation to finish his series in a very Tolkien-esque setting. It's like, well, if you're looking, fantasy writers love fantasy, and New Zealand's full of fantasy, right? They were really pimping it hard in a little clever ad that appeared, obviously, on their airplanes. But he responds by turning him down, and he says here that I fear that New Zealand would distract me entirely too much. Best leave me here in Westeros for the nonce. He asked them to instead extend the offer to another more cash-strapped authors, saying if you care to fly, say 20 or 30 or 50 of them to Wellington in place of me, I have no doubt they would instantly accept, fall in love with Middle Earth or New Zealand, just as I have. He goes on to say, I tell you this, if I don't have the Winds of Winter in hand when I arrive in New Zealand for Worldcon, you have my formal written permission to imprison me in a small cabin on White Island overlooking that lake of sulfuric acid until I am done. Just so long as the acrid fumes do not screw up my old DOS word processor, I'll be just fine. So, I mean, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, obviously, in order to have a little bit of fun with this one. But I think it's funny that here it is all these years later, and Air New Zealand is like, look, dude, we're going to have a little bit of fun, but we're probably pretty serious. Would you get your ass to New Zealand? All right. I mean, like, come out here, chill with Peter Jackson, work on your stuff a little bit, and then put out the goddamn book. Because a lot of people want it. I have a feeling that when the book comes out, and the book follows in line with what we saw on the TV series, it's going to be very interesting. Unless George R. R. Martin at this point, because it's been so long, is just like, I'm going to go through and mess with everybody and then just write this entirely different Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or Full Metal Brotherhood story compared to Full Metal Alchemist. Like, if he does that, that's going to anger so many people, and it's going to be super, super, super funny and be really, 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 really funny to see what happens with it next.